All right. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Whew, that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to get a call at this time immediately. Uh, I was having some IT issues. Where's this thing is still driving me crazy. They just need to issue me a new laptop. I don't know why these guys hate me so much, man. I guess everybody hates me. I should be used to it, right? Everybody hates Abuamerican. Ah, there it is. Nice. Can you hear me now? Nice. All right. I don't know how this connection is. This is like this thing is a gigacube, and so it's like it's connecting over the GSM network, but it's my house connection. So I wanted to test it out before I actually get into like live shows and whatnot. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everybody who has given me the salams. Uh, this is my life right now. It's like, you know, if someone had told me that 3 months ago, 3 months past, someone told me I'd be like, middle exec, upper management in like a massive global, corporation. Just 3 months ago, I'd have been like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. I'd have been like, okay, now here I am. Working like one of those crazy dudes, at 12 o'clock at night. It's not 12 o'clock at night, but I'll be working on this till 12 o'clock at night. Nice. So, yeah, this guy, man, he's let me just do this real quick. Client configuration. So yeah, it's a real job. It's like a real job. And sometimes I'm like, yo, what I get myself into here? MashaAllah. Whew. Oh man. So what's good, people? How y'all been, man? I've been just like, just working like an animal out here. Um, trying to get, settled up in Berlin. And it has been an adventure. I got some videos for you guys. I need to upload. I got like 2 videos that I'll be uploading. They'll be scheduled every other day instead of every day because I don't have time to make content right now. I'm really like you see it right now. I've been off for hours and I'm still doing work right now from home from my work laptop. So it's like it's just right now I don't have any life, and it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. We're just at the beginning phases of like our project, so it's like the further in we get, the worse it's going to get. Anyway, enough talk about business and work and whatever else. How y'all people been? What's been going on since I've been gone? Someone tell me what. Give me something good. I'm just here to just chill and kick it with you dudes and see what's going on. What I missed. I don't know what's been going on in the world. I actually do know one thing. Apparently, uh, one of the most searched things in 2021 has been soulmates. So apparently, people have been out there in greater numbers than ever searching and Googling soulmates. I'm here to tell you, soulmates don't exist. Okay, they don't. They really don't. And I hate to disappoint you guys, anybody or girls, anybody who's out there looking for a soulmate. They don't exist, unfortunately. You know, you have to become that, for your partner. The soulmates aren't born, they're made. So, if you want that perfect partner, then, you know, you got to make it and you got to become it. So it is what it is. Stop searching for something that's not out there. Saudi let Justin Bieber perform a concert while banning Tablighi Jamaat. I'm not actually sure who's worse, Tablighi Jamaat or Justin Bieber. I don't know. I don't know who's worse. They're actually both pretty bad. you know. Hey, greeting from Berlin, man. What's up? Um, yeah, indeed. They are men in general are made and not born. Women are. Women are born. Women are born and men are made. So yeah. welcome to the world, gentlemen. This is just how it is out here. Gonna go down. Got vacation coming up soon. Gonna go down to the armpit of Germany again soon, and pick up my furnitures. I'm sitting here doing this on my bed right now. My makeshift bed, my temporary bed. I actually got a video about that. My whole move, everything. It just needs to be edited. I got like a ton of footage and video and stuff talking about the move and all the stuff I had to go through here. So I just don't know when I'm going to get it all, uploaded, because I don't know when I'm going to get it all edited. But it's been quite the adventure. I came here looking for something. Thoughts on the Russia-Ukraine situation? Ain't nobody gonna intervene if Russia decides to take Ukraine. Who's gonna stop them? Nobody is gonna mess with Russia. Russia don't play. So, dudes need to just sit on the sidelines and watch what happens, because who's gonna intervene on behalf of Ukraine against Russia? I mean, let's be real. The only people that might possibly have the unmitigated gall to do it would probably be China. And China has zero incentive to do so, seeing how they're mostly allies, and they're just like, even if they weren't, even China's not going to mess with Russia. Nobody messes with Russia. So, the lessons we've learned, we've seen this before, though. I mean, what happened in Georgia, in South Ossetia, the Georgia conflict, it's the same thing. Actually, everyone was surprised that the Ukraine has a heads up. That's pretty impressive, because when Russia took Georgia, aka South Ossetia, nobody expected it. Nobody knew Russia mobilized. They just rolled in, and everybody's like, how do we miss this? Not satellite, not nothing. Nobody saw Russia just make those moves, move all those soldiers to the border, and just run that place, over. So Russia want to do it, they're going to do it. Turkish lira dropping like flies, now 22 lira to the pound. Erdogan refusing to increase interest rates. Okay, fine. That could be good and that could be bad. It could cause an influx of foreign money into Turkey, because now people are seeing Turkey as a good place to go shopping, to invest in, to buy property. So it could cause an influx into the country in terms of income and money. Now, the question is that going to help? Because inflation is inflation. So just pouring more money, onto the fire, I don't know. If it's foreign money, it'll definitely be a positive thing. If it's just more liras, then you're just gonna need a wheelbarrow of liras to, fix things up. He bought a new Porsche. Nice. Muhammad Hijab did an interview with Peterson, and how'd that turn out? I'm not really sure. I don't watch Muhammad Hijab, as you guys know, so I don't know. Is the U.S. economy as we know it dead? It's a good question. I haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the U.S. I mean, we got some positive, we got some negatives. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you see some positive moves being made, and you see a lot of negative moves being made. What's the balance, though? I don't know. I haven't been watching it. I know that inflation is up everywhere, including Germany. And that doesn't bode well for anybody, global inflation right now. We're definitely in some sort of bubble, inflation bubble globally. So, stack that cash, do especially, them trolls. I told you guys, stop wasting all your energy on useless stuff like chasing people around the internet, and following up, make money, get money, so, because inflation's coming and trolling don't pay no bills. Did you upgrade your connections? No. This is just an absolute new connection. It's a gigabox. And it just literally, I don't know if you can see it, but that's it right this way. That's it right there blinking. It's a gigabox. I have no solid connection. This thing works over GSM like my phone does. So I'm literally connected over GSM like my phone. that's why I said I wanted to make this just a test broadcast to check the quality. And so you guys got to let me know how the quality is. I don't know how good the quality is or how bad it isn't because I'm not watching my own channel right now. But looking at the responses, it can't be too bad, is it? I don't know. Is it smooth? Is it good? Is it clear? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. It weighs almost as much as my phone. That stupid thing. I think it's mostly just plastic housing. There's not a lot of electronics in it for sure. So yeah, I have an entire office. I can say that the audio quality is better. Okay, nice. Quality is nice. Okay, quality is holding up well. Hasn't gone grainy. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm happy to know that. Thank you. I have an office upstairs. It's all for me. I just don't have any lights up there. It's completely black, So I got some nice IKEA lights that I got like just sitting here in the corner right now. I'm gonna go pick up my lights and everything on my vacation. I'm gonna pick up all my furniture and everything, all my lights. I have lights. I have my office upstairs. At least have my chair upstairs. I'm thinking I'm gonna get rid of my old desk. Get me a nice IKEA desk, probably a standing one or one of those ones that you almost stand on. And you got like one of those standing stool type benches that are really like ergonomic. I think I'm gonna do that because as you can see, like I was just doing at the beginning of this, I have to work from home also. I don't have to, but if I don't, it's kind of like, you'll fall behind quick. We're in a fast pacing, whatchamacallit, environment. Walaikum salam, supersized. Any new projects, Abuamerican? Yeah, I got some new projects, but I'm working on with my men's community. I've been too busy to work with it, but we did start like the initial, ideas and concepts of what we need to do in terms of research before we actually go full in on the project. I think we got something good. We are, I made everybody sign NDAs because it's such a good idea. So we're looking into, an actual physical product that we're trying to, produce and get out of the men's community. Cowife.com is launching, inshallah, this month. Cowife.com, the app, will launch this month, inshallah. So I say sign up before it's too late. This is the final stages to get that lifetime 30% off before we go live. So right now, that's the projects that are working. Wife's working on some projects for me and some projects for her because my wife used to be in business back in Indonesia. So she's going to relaunch her business, inshallah, here. Now that we're in Berlin, in an area that has like a very high population of potential customers. So yeah, there's a lot going on, man. Some other stuff we're doing in the men's community that my wife's also like running with a business partner she has in Indonesia. It's looking good, but we're connecting the men's community to that. So yeah, those are the projects that are running right now, but I don't want to get into, too much details with that stuff. That's for them. Alhamdulillah. Best method for having balance in emotions such as anger control and such. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll tell you why. I'm always transparent. I'm always honest. Right now it's nothing serious, but I mean, I've noticed I'm more irritable than ever. And that's probably because the high stress, high performance necessities of my job. And so I'm more irritable than ever. And so actually controlling anger, not anger, but just that irritableness. I'm very snappy. I seem like I'm a grumpy old man. I'm 49. I turned 49 in November. Now I'm a grumpy old man. So this is a good question. I've been paying attention to it myself. I noticed that I've become more irritable, and the only connection that I can personally make is my environment. So my environment has changed. It's become more high stress because there's more demands and higher performance and whatnot. And therefore, my ability to actually absorb stressful environments outside of work, it's like it's hit a cap. You know what I mean? It's like the glass is full, and then you put anything else in the glass, it overflows. And so for me, I'm looking at that, and I'm making a conscious effort to actually okay, what do I have to do to dial this back in? So for me, I've noticed also is that my catharsis is gone. My punching bag is back in Saarland. My mountain bike is here, but I haven't had time to mountain bike. I mountain bike last weekend. I tested a new drone. I did a video about it and everything, but the ride went crappy because the drone was being crappy. And so I didn't really get a whole lot of writing in. So all of the things that I use as an outlet for my stress and my anxieties or whatever else, it's all gone. And so now I'm just left with the physical pressure inside of me and no outlet for it. And so I would think, as a man, catharsis, you need to find something cathartic in order to release that stress. And it has to be physical because we're men. It can't just be eating food or chilling out or whatever else, or doing something goofy, playing video games. I think men, we have to get out and we have to do something that's highly physical, that's highly active in order to release that extra energy. And we see this in young boys. So why would it be different in grown men? In young boys, they don't learn like girls. This is why schools treat boys like defective girls, because boys can't sit still for long periods of time and, just stare at a board and just listen to a bunch of talking. That's how women are. They want to sit around and talk all day. That's not how men are. Even when we look at how we communicate and how we bond amongst one another as men, we bond by doing stuff, right? The best relationships that you find between fathers and sons that I have seen, obviously there's exceptions, but what I've seen is when fathers and sons are doing stuff together, building cars, father teaching his sons how to strike, whatever else, the best relationships that I've seen is when fathers and sons are doing stuff together. They're actually doing stuff. So I think if you're not doing stuff as a man that's highly physical or highly technical in terms of your thinking, you get irritable easier. I think we need that outlet as a man. So as men, I think we need that outlet. So, how to deal with that stress? Find something that's cathartic, find something that's your stress release, and then go into it. Even if it's just once a week, cut yourself that time and just really go into it. Just pow, let it out, because it's like a balloon. Like I said, it's like a glass that's full. You see it like a balloon. Every week you got to pop that sucker. So, that's what I used to do. You know what I mean? And I notice now that I'm not doing that, my stress levels are higher than ever. And that increases my anxiety, not my anxiety, my irritability is the word I was looking for, which makes it seem like I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy and irritable. So, yeah, I'm going riding this weekend, although I have to go into work. If IT doesn't answer my email, I have to go into work tomorrow so I can do some work. So, but I'm going riding no matter what. I don't care if it's in the pitch black. I got some lights I need to test anyway. Yo, what's up? Red Sings the Blues, man. Welcome back. Yeah, alhamdulillah, man. That's good to know, man. This Wi-Fi here. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know about this thing, but it's actually turned out well. So I can't wait to get my Wi-Fi repeaters because this house is actually, mashallah, Allah Mubarak. May Allah maintain our position in this house. It is very large. And so, getting signal from upstairs to the bottom floor, it's like almost impossible. So, I can't wait to get down, get my repeaters, get them set up all over the house. And I'm going to have the main box upstairs in my office where I'll be doing my lives and doing my work, inshallah. So I'm happy this is great. Yeah, absolutely. You saw in the men's community what happened today. Don't mention that here. Cats was under fire. And now this dude comes with some stuff today. Like, it's quitting time. 6:00 on Friday. He takes the bomb and puts it on my desk. He's like, hey, have fun, Abuamerican. I'll see you on Monday. I'm like, you mother. It's like, God dang, dude, did you just do that? That was really rude. I was like, okay, all right. I'm not gonna forget that, homie. Does your mood determine affect your activities? Or I do them regardless. I don't care how I feel. How I feel is irrespective. Irregardless of how I feel, it has to be done. It's like another task, but it's not a task that's stressful. Like I said, we're talking about catharsis here. It's cathartic. It's like personal therapy, for lack of a better term. So for me, it's just like I have to go riding, and I don't stress myself out. Now, there's no stress behind this, but I know I have to go riding. So tomorrow, no matter what, I'm going to get up early in the morning. I'm going to go into the office, cut my workout. It's only like my work out, like cut it out, like get it done. And then I'm coming back and I'm getting on my bicycle. So no matter what, and like I said, I don't care if it's 12:00 at night, I am riding. So yeah, doesn't change anything for me. It has to be done. There you go. High levels of stress increase cortisol. You need to exert that energy physically. I agree. I feel much better after I get out and I get physical. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's up, Simon? It's gone. My mic is gone. it might be the cable. I'm holding it. Normally it's on a stand, but I mean, light's blinking. 1 second. Can everybody else hear me? Fine. Audio, advanced. No, I'm like getting advanced USB, default mic. No, it's working. It's working according to StreamYard. Okay. Okay, you guys said mic is gone. I was like, yeah, I saw this, and so I was like, Okay. There we go. Yeah, I ordered a boom mic stand since normally this is hooked up to my desk on like a stand, and I don't have to hold it, and so I ordered a floor stand to hold it. That Yeti mic. This is actually a good buy. So everybody said buy Yeti, and it actually turned out to be actually a very good purchase. I'm quite pleased with it. Whew. So guys, man, Berlin is an interesting place. I'll tell you that much. I think it's stupid. We're setting ourselves up in the West for a lot of fail. We're out here worried about how people feel, in everything. And feelings really, when we think about it, 90% of the time, feelings don't serve a whole lot of purpose. Not in society. In your relationships, absolutely. But in society in general, it's kind of pointless. And the likes and removing the dislikes, it's all about feels. It really is. I mean, everybody's worried about how everybody else's feels. But, welcome to the world. That's how it is. It's just, it's not meant to be anything but a rough place. So get used to it. Why make the world softer? Why don't you become tougher? But what we're trying to do is we're trying to make the world into this nice, soft, cushy place, that's a safe space for everyone. I mean, hey, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel safe, but you shouldn't feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Because that's where mediocrity is. That's where mediocrity is born, raised, and dies. And how did humanity come to be the apex predator on a planet except through hard struggles and necessity? So we no longer have the necessity. We're in easy times. You know the saying. Everybody knows the saying. Everybody repeats it, but nobody sees it. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Here we are creating good times. And eventually it's just going to break. It's going to break eventually. And then we're going to be back to hard times. So what do I think about this? Everybody, I mean, that might sound like a far stretch. Oh, they took away the likes and now you're talking about hard times and good times or whatever else. But where does it start and where does it stop? It's all interconnected to the point that, we're worried about how people feel about likes and dislikes. Well, why are people attaching their entire personalities to online? You know why I don't mind trolls? Because my entire life, my personality, who and what I am, is not connected to Abuamerican's internet presence. So attacking me online is kind of like, all right, dude, okay, Mr. Ahmed 404-555-7011 with no avatar picture. Yeah, I feel hurt that you don't like my video, that you said something mean in the comment section. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's really like, what are we doing here? Why do you care about the likes or dislikes? This is what you have your circle for. This is what you have your tribe for. And I've been telling people, get your tribe, right? Get your tribe. This is what that's for. So you understand, proper social etiquettes within your tribe, within your society. Now, obviously, as Muslims, we have our greater community as an ummah. But even then, we look at them and it's like, well, look at some of the crazy stuff they're doing online. It's like, it's like, why would you care what Ahmed 204-44751, who made his account last week with no avatar picture, really cares and thinks? You know what I mean? So why would they take away the dislike button? Who cares? Okay, then you can, it takes away your ability to even see what's good or bad content in general. Because sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you just make bad content. As a content creator, sometimes it's true. Sometimes I look at some of my content, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave that up, but that was horrible. I'm just like, that's just a lesson. I'm gonna have to eat crow on that one for the rest of my life. I'm gonna leave it up just as a reminder not to do something dumb like that again. Sometimes you make bad content. Sometimes you need that feedback. Obviously, you need to differentiate between what's good and bad criticism, because you got people out there doing criticism. You can make a cute cat video channel and people will criticize it. So we have to also be able to determine and differentiate between what's good and bad criticism. Well, if we start taking all this away, how do your critical thinking skills and abilities and your ability to improve and develop something improve? Where does that come from? There's zero iteration for improvement. So let's say you're an inventor, you make something, and then you test it, it turns out bad, but you're not allowed to be told that it's bad. So how do you make a better version, a better iteration of your invention if you're not allowed to be criticized for how bad your invention is? You might have the best invention there is. You might have something that's like amazing, but if you don't get that negative feedback, you won't know that it's working right or not, just because you need to feel good that I put in all this work on that invention and now I have to feel good. Everybody has to say it's awesome. Well, maybe it sucks as it is, but you've got something amazing. Social media is no different. You might be onto something amazing in terms of channel, but because you don't get the proper feedback and you don't stick with it because you get negative feedback, well, then that's your problem. You should have been so weak. Stick with it. Some stick-to-itiveness is probably in order, which it teaches you that also. It teaches you wherewithal. It teaches you the ability, to stick with something despite there being a tidal wave against you. Where do you learn all this stuff if you don't get any negative feedback? It's complete lunacy. Now, everybody's going to think they're amazing because there's only likes. You might be just total trash, and maybe you do need to give up. Maybe there's no stick-to-itiveness for you. I don't know, but just taking away the likes, okay. So now where's our metrics to understand what we're doing and what we're not doing? And then we come back to my original statement. There are no metrics. It's all about your feelings. So then if you're just making content for your feelings, then just make some videos and watch yourself. Talk to yourself. Just talk to yourself. I can make some videos, give me a big screen TV, and then just play my videos on loop if I just want to feel good about myself and hear myself talk. You do need some feedback. Sometimes people give me feedback, and I'm like, okay, I have to actually stop and think like, okay, that's some good criticism. They may not like me, they may hate me, but it's solid criticism. So I have to, as a man, as an individual, separate my feelings from valid criticism. You'll never learn any of that with like dislikes taken away. You know what's going to happen next? They're going to take away comments. They're going to make it so that content creators can report you for just giving negative content. What's next? Where are we going with this? So I think it's a fool's errand. I think it's just complete idiocy. I think it's just making a weak society and weak people. Weak-willed, no wherewithal, no strength internally, which will lead to external, because if you can't internally control yourself and, and find strength within, how are you going to get it for your body? What do you think gym is? When I used to be a long distance runner, distance run. I was good. I mean, I would run, almost sprint. I mean, literally, I'm not even joking. You guys think I'm crazy. I mean, it almost feels like a full sprint for miles and miles and miles. And sometimes I get out there, your lungs are burning, you're on an uphill, you're pressing harder because you're like, no, I'm not going to slow down. I don't give a damn that it's a hill. I'm going up this thing full speed. And I'd ask myself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? There's no race tomorrow. Why am I doing this? There's no race next year. Why am I doing this to myself? And the only thing that kept me going was the mental strength, because I thought, you know what? Because I can outrun a guy on a bike. And it was true, because I went running with people who were on bikes and they'd hit the hill and I'd pass them on the hill. Downhill, yeah, sure, I can't keep up. So to me, it was just a mental thing. I have to do this because I have to be better, because I have to be stronger. And if I stop, then what's the difference between me and the fat guy with the big belly? And this is no different. Where does all that strength come from? That mental strength. How do I get this thought of marrying a German convert, bro? Or is this yeah, what's wrong with preferences, man? There's nothing wrong with having a preference. You want that blonde, blonde Muslima. You might want to. There's not many German Reaper girls. Actually, there's quite a few lately, but everybody's gunning for them. So I mean, you got to look at places like Bosnia and whatnot. They're Europeans. They're white European girls. You can get them blonde hair, blue eyed Bosnian girls. They're out there, man. They're Muslims too. Find what you want to find, homie. Go for it, man. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having that desire. Might be difficult to get because everybody seems to want it, but hey, go for it, man. Absolutely, man. Simon says, I'm far more rational now since connecting with the red pill part of the internet, etc. I have no time for drama anymore. Either my results have improved. Yes, nobody has time for for drama. You will see an improvement in your results if you focus on your mission and your goals and not just what everybody else is doing. And I made a whole video about this, like, it was aimed at the trolls. It's like, look, you guys don't really have time for this stuff. I was talking about how I made like some video about, not videos, but memes about, what was that girl's name? Ronda Rousey when she got knocked out. Just stupid stuff. What the heck was I thinking? I have no idea what I was thinking back then. Just dumb stuff. Making some stupid memes about how she got knocked out. It's dumb. Just stupid troll stuff that brings you nothing. And so when I stop focusing on other people's stuff and other people's BS and all the stuff that they're doing, oh, look at that person's doing over there. My wife shows me a website. They literally got me and her, like a photo, of me and her on the website just talking about us. They made a whole like page about us, and there's literally hundreds of people commenting on it. So can you imagine how empty your life must be? You can't tell me these people aren't losers. Nobody can tell me these people aren't losers. It's like, if you got time to focus on somebody else's life and husband and wife couple like this to make a whole page about them, what are you doing with your life? Did you focusing on somebody else's? And when I started focusing on my own results, like Simon said, they got significantly better. Yeah, okay, things are different now. I am like executive level in work and career and whatever else. But you know what? I focus on my stuff. I'm performing well. Everybody's happy with me. Make good money, alhamdulillah. You see what I'm saying? More focus gets more results, and everything gets improvingly and increasingly better. And guys will tell you, in the men's community, we're actually trying to accomplish stuff. We're not just out here, for a while we were doing a lot of talking, back and forth, trading ideas, concepts, whatever else, this, that, the other, how to's and finding wives and whatever else. But now we're actually trying to build businesses and whatever else. And just like focusing on that, what's going to happen? We're going to get better at that until actually, things come to fruition. Cowife.com is a perfect example. It's not going to stop. But as long as you're on the internet doing this, doing that, or in your real life, focusing on other people's and other people's problems, what they're doing, what they're not doing, what he said, what she said, this, that, the other, what are you going to, you're going to get good at it. Awesome. So you're going to open a newspaper. If you're going to open up some like rag, website, when I say rag website, like, those drama newspapers that are out there, the Daily Mail. If you're going to open up like a Daily Mail that just talks about the drama of movie stars and TV stars and this one and that one and whatever else going on with this person and that person, hey, knock yourself out. Get good at, getting into other people's lives and what he or she is doing. But most people aren't trying to become Daily Mail. So what are you doing with your life and your time? What are you doing? What are you doing? My biggest regret is wasting my time. If I could go back in time and just change anything, more than anything else, I don't care. Even the mistakes I made, I would walk past half the most embarrassing mistakes I made and fix wasting my time. I really would. I'd be looking at some of the mistakes and I'd be like, man, that's embarrassing. Well, let me go right past that mistake to where I lost like 4 months of my time looking at some dumb stuff. I'd really pick that over fixing the mistakes that I made. Because you know what? If I focused and I didn't waste my time, I probably wouldn't make those dumb mistakes. So yeah, absolutely. What Simon's talking about here, that's my absolute goal right there. I agree. I can't say too much on this, but I agree. That conversation will get your YouTube channel banned. Yeah, the problem is a lot of people's entire life is online. This is their only community tribe, so it hurts them badly. Yeah, well, that's the problem. They're trying to make, these are people who want everyone to like them. And not everybody's going to like you. My son's asleep over in the corner. Not everybody's going to like you. This is another thing that comes with real life that we lose with the internet, I think. I don't think everybody was meant to like you. It's impossible. Think about it. It's impossible for you to like everybody. So Why is everybody be worried and concerned about everybody liking them? Yeah, I mean, it's just. What's up, man? You awake? He woke up. I guess I woke him up. Yeah, it's a big problem. Find your community, find your tribe, and build it. You don't have. It doesn't have to be everybody. Not everybody has to like you. When you own that, life gets good. Alhamdulillah. Absolutely. Till I die. Diamond hands, my friend. There you go. Exactly. This is the perfect example. Dislikes are helpful. I had to fix my mom's car a week ago. I could tell which repair videos were. 1 second. Hold up, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. What was I saying? This is a perfect example. Dislikes are helpful. I had to fix my mom's car a few weeks ago. I could tell which repair videos were useless by the number of dislikes they had. Absolutely. Now they've taken us away. When you look at it like this opens up a whole new door. Think about it. It's almost like it's intentional now. It seems almost malicious, like to the point that they want you to waste time on YouTube watching videos that are useless so that you can find what is useful. Think about it. It serves them perfectly well because you end up with more commercials in front of your face, which does what? Makes them more money. So there you go. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that. How to find an obedient wife for someone who's in the USA. This is a whole process. This is what I made a vetting guide for. I mean, generally. Now, the vetting guide might not help you find an obedient wife, but it'll help you find a good wife. And a good wife is generally going to be an obedient one, right? So find your system for vetting. You don't have to buy my vetting guide. Hey, cool. I'm happy if you do. But develop your own vetting guide based upon your experiences with the women that you have met, what you would like to have and what you don't like to have, and build off of that. Because that's what I did. I created my own system because I was like, okay, I don't like this and I do like this. And what it turns out is most of my likes and dislikes, they're a general like and dislike for most men. And so it was easy to make the vetting guide because it was like, okay, um, most men don't like these things. There's universals that we just don't like as men. So I put it all in the guide, plus my personal ones. I think I even talk about that, the subjective, things that are inside of vetting. But vetting is very subjective, but there are some generalities. Make yourself a vetting system. You can use mine. You can go to my website, buy it, or you can make your own if you don't want to spend the money. It's for me, the vetting guide is all about I just want I can't do work for free. So I'm not, I never shill it. How often do I try? I try to be a marketer, but I'm not much of a marketer, because the money's not that important. It's about my time. My time has value. So, make your own vetting system if you have to. Brothers are out here getting these experiences with sisters like, man, she's horrible, she's terrible, this, that, the other. Then they rinse and repeat and don't learn from what they just did. And that's not an insult. I'm not insulting. It's just how human nature is. The desire for women is so high, we soon forget what we experienced in looking at the next woman. So if you make this into a system, well, what happens? You don't forget. And then automatically you're like, okay, ticking boxes, going down the list of like things in my system. Oh, whoa, problem, 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 problem. You know what I mean? So yeah. How do you balance being red pill and being a Salafi? Can you not become masculine simply by following the deen? Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. You're following the deen, and a lot of these sisters aren't. So now what do? Do you not get married? Where do you find these sisters that are on the deen? How do you identify the ones that are and aren't, since so many sisters aren't nowadays? I'm not saying they're not practicing Islam. I'm not making takfir, but so many sisters in the West have been infected with feminist ideology that it's normal nowadays. Nobody bats an eye when they come with that feminist BS that's just become a part of who they are. But now when you come with a methodology as a man to identify that stuff and filter it out of your life, oh, you're a red pill, it's so terrible. Okay, why is it not so terrible to be a feminist? Because when you hear 90% of these sisters talk, from the Salafi sisters to the Salafi Niqabis to this one or that one, 20, a minimum of 20% of what comes out of their mouths. We're talking about the good ones, a minimum of 20% of what comes out of their mouth is feminist claptrap. So now when you have an answer for it, when you have an understanding for it, well, now it's a problem all of a sudden. Nobody has a problem when these sisters are on some BS, but when brothers come on some stuff that actually has a purpose, that brings them some sort of direction and clarity, and we're not saying Islam doesn't bring you that, but I'm just saying we're dealing with modern women in a modern time that are sick with modern illnesses. Yes, absolutely. Islam will fix all that. But right now, you're dealing with people who have a mentality. They're not trying to hear anything. They're not. Look, I just listened to some sister. She was like on about like the hadith of a woman not being able to refuse her husband his conjugal rights, and she like acting like there's something wrong with this. Okay, she literally believes that Islamically it's marital forcing of relations. We know the word. It'll get you banned here on YouTube, or it'll get your video cut. That there's marital forced intercourse, for lack of a better term. And she truly believes that you're not allowed to like just have your rights as a husband. She believes this. So how are you going to deal with her? Because you come with the book and the sunnah, you come with the truth, and she has her own interpretation of it. So now you need multiple weapons to deal with these, busted up people, or you just walk away from them, which is preferred. You don't have to be red pill. I don't call myself red pill anymore. I learned from it. I can still use some of the tools, but I don't consider myself red pill. You don't have to be. Don't do it. Nobody's saying you have to. Nobody. Find me someone that says that you have to be red pill. Who says you have to be red pill? Why do you have to be red pill? Do what you want to do, man. You're a man, right? Yeah, let's do as you wish, bro. Understand everything has a consequences. When I say do as you wish, do as you wish. I even say it from the sense of the sunnah. If you have no shame, do as you please. And I'm not talking to you in specific. I'm just saying from the sunnah is the understanding that, hey, you know what you want to do, what you want to do what you want to do. Just understand there's consequences also. Man, ain't nobody telling you got to be red pill. Ain't nobody telling you ain't got to be red pill. Ain't nobody telling you, we understand you should be Muslim and you got to be Muslim if you want to meet Allah in a good way, but you don't have to. You can just go ahead and take your chances on Yom Qiyamah. See how that works out for you. Do what you want to do, homie. It's your man. You are a man, but understand you got man consequences too. Ain't nobody trying to tell you you got to do this, you got to do that. Everybody comes with these like black and white either or. Why is it black or white either or? I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not getting on you, but it's just the way you guys present these questions. It sounds, and you might be sincere, but it sounds insincere. It's an either or. It's a black or white. You can't be a doctor and a soldier. There's a lot of soldiers, doctors out there that kill people and at the same time heal people. Hey, you know what? That's just one of those things that happens. Sometimes it's like that. You got smart people that are working jobs that aren't very smart. Is the person not smart now? There's an either or. It's just black or white. Is that how the world works? Where's the critical thinking, bro? I'm not attacking you, but I'm asking you, where's the critical thinking? Just stop before you ask questions like this and think. Does it have to be black or white? Tell me why you can't be both? I don't consider myself both. I'm Salafi first. Salafi Muslim, alhamdulillah. But if I went back to saying I'm red pill, what would prevent me from being red pill and Salafi? Where's the contradiction that would prevent the two from existing in one person? Help me out. Help me understand that. Why is it with people with this topic of red pill, it's just either or? I don't understand it. There was a time when the Muslims were like the leaders of everything from science, warfare, medicine, engineering. We led everything. And then one day, people who ask questions like this, the either or questions, came along and we lost it. We ain't never going to get it back because we don't have critical thinking anymore. Help me understand it, guys. I don't understand it. It's a good question. You stumble over them, bro. It's sort of like it's sort of like you stumble over them, I guess. Be in the right place. I don't know, bro. I haven't been on the search, but I have noticed that like a lot of women have been finding me lately. So it's just weird, man. I don't know. I was talking to my wife today, actually. I'm like, I'm in one of those cycles where all these women just start popping up out of nowhere. I'm like, where y'all women coming from? And then I'll go into a dry cycle where I won't see one for months. So right, I don't know, bro. You just got to pay attention to the cycle. I think everybody has this cycle where they pop up, and now the question is, are you looking? I'm not really looking, but now because my radar is always on, I noticed. Yeah, technically I am fully moved in. I mean, I'm gonna go pick up my furniture. Not next. What is? I don't even know. I have to look at my calendar. See, guys, I don't even know. I think of everything at work. Yeah, next week I go pick up my furniture, inshallah. But technically, yeah, I live here now. I'm fully living in Berlin, just not with everything, like that. Yeah, come on, bro. Let's not generalize. There are no obedient women in America, really. Come on, bro. There are obedient women in America. It's just hard to find them. You see, this goes back to the critical thinking thing. And I'm not attacking you, brothers, when I say this stuff. These are not personal, charges I'm making against you. But where's the critical thinking? There are no obedient women in America. Critical thinking would tell you that there are obedient women in America. They're just difficult to find. And so that's where the problem is right here, is doing the work to find those women or actually making one. That's what you're seeing. You're facing two problems. One, it's difficult to find them. Two, it's difficult to make them. But see, what happens is this comes back to the whole Western society becoming soft. We want everything ready made. We want our IKEA. We want our fast food. We want this. We want that. Guys had to learn how to build houses in the past. Now we want to go and just buy ready-made houses. We want everything ready-made, including our women. And that's never been the case in society, right? It's never been. But again, we come back to this mentality of soft dudes. And I'm not insulting you. I'm not calling you a soft dude. You might be rugged, whatever else, but it's a soft mentality to expect everything to be ready-made for you. You want that girl, you got to make her. My wife, she's like, we're in a new house here, and this is kind of like how I grew up. And so the other place, I didn't really respect that place because it was kind of trashy, junky place. I didn't really like it, But this place is like how I'm used to living. This is probably better than what I'm used to living when I was growing up. But I grew up upper middle class. My parents had their own homes, and so now I'm back on standard. Although I was voluntarily living in that crap hole. I did that to myself. I'm like, I don't have anybody to blame. I'm not moving anywhere else. And so now I have different standards when I come in here. So she's like, she said it herself. She says, okay, I see this. I see where you're looking, this, that, the other. And my standards, they've gone like different, they're higher again with the place I'm in. And so she's like, okay, I'm learning again what you want and how you want it. Do you see what I'm saying? So she said, I'm learning what you want and how you want it. This just happened like 2-3 days ago. So now you need to find the woman that's going to respond to you like that. And if she doesn't exist, then you need to make it like that. When she first came here, she wasn't like that. Well, she was actually. Let me not say that. But you can't tolerate anything less. So when I was first married to Becky, I was actually mostly happy with Becky. I stayed with her for a long time, longer than I should have. But she responded well to my desires and demands. But I had to make them. My wants and my needs, I had to explain them to her. I had to be explicit. Ling Ling, she automatically looks for it. She's like, okay, what does he want? How does he want it? How can I front run it and beat him to it? Becky, I had to explain it and spell it out, but she still did it. And at the beginning, yes, it was a battle. It was a battle, but it was one I was willing to fight. So you got to be able to make that woman. If she's not out there, find one that responds to you well, and then make her the way you want her to be. And if she's really into you, guess what? She's going to be that woman. But nothing comes ready made, dude. And if you do find it, it's rare. It's very rare. No, No, probably not. I had way better cardio back then. No, yeah, I would. Even with better cardio, I'm far better trained now. My 20-year-old self wasn't as well trained as I am now. Yeah, I probably would beat him up. Yeah, but he'd be a really tough match because I had some insane cardio back then. So the ability to execute like moves and just be agile and fast and move around fast with useless energy, just dodging it all crazy fast, whatever else. I had that back then. Now you have to look at your energy expenditure and how you use your energy, which makes you more dangerous, actually. So, yeah, no, I'd probably beat him up because I got better technique right now. I can't help you, bro. I'm not a black pill type of dude, man. I'm really not a black pill type of dude. So I can't help you with that, man. Maybe you need to go find a black pill or one of those MGTOW channels, man. I'm not really, it's not my thing. I'm not MGTOW, I'm not black pill, so I can't help you, man. I like women. Contrary to popular belief, contrary to what women who come here think, I actually like women. I like women because I don't have an expectation of them being something, some I don't have some angelic apotheosis type of mentality of women. I don't. I understand very well, how they function. And so because of that, I like them. But I had to let go of my old expectations and ideas and concepts of what I thought, women are supposed to be. It's not based upon my mother or the ideas I have of my sister or whatever else and all that type of stuff. I don't know what's going on in your head, but maybe you need to let go of the ideas of what you believe and how you believe and what you think women are and how they are, and deal with the realities of them. You know what you'll do? You'll end up like liking women and wanting to find more. That's why I'm always looking for more. Women are freaking. I think men are amazing, no homo, and in their own right, women have a type of amazing that's also there. Now, that's not no blue pill beta simp type talk, but what I'm just saying is like when you view them for what they are and how they are, bro, they're amazing, man. Dudes are more amazing. I'm sorry, we're more amazing. We just built the world and everything in it. We maintain it. We're completely freaking awesome. But man, I like women, dude. I don't know what your problem is, bro. I mean, no shade, but you're on a channel of a guy who likes women. That's why I talk about how to get women, how to stay with women, relationships with women, the signs to look out for the bad ones. So that, when you see a good one come along, you're like, hey, man, she ain't flagging everything everywhere. She ain't red flagging everything. That's why I talk about them so much. I like them. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You at the wrong channel, man. Yeah, that's it right there. Women will be obedient if you're a man of high value. Absolutely. If you're a man of low value, you will attract low value women. What's the most important trait a leader has to have? Man, I don't think there's a single trait that he has to have in terms of like the most single wisdom. It's going to have to be wisdom. There's no other thing. I mean, if you want to just boil it down to a single point, it has to be wisdom. You know, and then patience after that. Wisdom and patience are very close together. Um, because when you're a leader, you have to be able to deal with people's shortcomings and their failures and be patient and see. You have to have the wisdom to see if they're people that are worth working with or not in terms of like their failures and whatnot. So it takes a lot of wisdom and a lot of patience to be a leader, in my humble estimation. Those for me, in terms of leadership, are probably the most important attributes. Yeah. Hi, how are you able to? I'm immune. I can prove that I'm immune. I have a blood test that's showing I'm immune. And I don't know how to say this. In my men's community, we have options. Let's just say that. You can figure it out on your own. Yeah. I'm just looking at this. Some of the comments here. Here's a betting tip: if a girl doesn't like your content or Mahdi, that's a red flag. It's funny. I don't mind introducing like potential wives to my content, but I generally do it after they have a good idea of who I am and how I am. But if you just give them this like right off the blue, right out of the bat, they're just going to lose their mind. But once they really see who you are as a person, and that there's no difference between the online you and the offline you, they then understand your character better on a personal level. And then when they watch the content, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, what he's saying makes sense because I've talked to him enough, that we've had this conversation, that I know he doesn't mean this, he actually means that, or whatever else. But if you just come out of the blue and start showing them our content, they're going to hate us for sure. What do you say to people when they ask you what you do for a living? When you were working on yourself? Hey, generally, I don't really deal with people and what you do for a living. I don't like that question. I really don't, for men or women, but especially women. So what do I do? You know what I tell people I do? I tell them I am a killer whale aggression therapist. That's what I tell them. What do you do for a living? I'm a killer whale aggression therapist. And I deal with killer whales and their aggression. I give them therapy. Literally, I'll tell them that. I tell them all sorts of stuff. I'll tell them crazy stuff. I'm a horse hoof technician. I'll just say something goofy. It's not the business. If you want to know who I am, what I do doesn't tell you about who I am. What I do doesn't tell you who I am. So why do you want to know about what I do? You offer me a job? Generally I answer questions with a question or something so ridiculous they understand I'm not answering their question. It's like, what do you do for a living? Why? You got a job for me? You want to find out if it's going to be better than what I'm doing now? What's going on? Are you looking for a job? Because I'm not the boss. I can't hire you. Yeah, I just say stuff like that. Just like so they understand. What are you doing? You know what I mean? How is this going to help you understand who I am if you're trying to get to know me or you want to know something about me? If we're in a job interview or something, fine. But if we're just talking to regular people, why do you care? You going to do something about it for me? If people ask worthless and stupid questions, I want to know who the person is. I don't want to care about what you do. It doesn't tell me anything about what you do. It's a fact, man. What to say when women say we're afraid of harm who wearing a cow? There's nothing you can really say. There's nothing you can say. It's a valid fear. Make hijra. What can you say? Tell her make hijra. Tell her get a husband who's going to protect her. I have a husband. Well, why does he need to protect you? Why don't you feel safe being his wife? My wife doesn't feel scared. She wears the niqab. We had some neighbors, just went over there. They invited us in the house. She was wearing the niqab. We were co-workers, they'd never seen her in the cab before. She came in, she didn't feel uncomfortable. She didn't feel uncomfortable. Like, how are they going to accept us? How are they going to receive us? She doesn't care. And if we walk down the street, guess what? She knows that even at 49, I'll slay most dudes that'll run up on us. So why does she feel uncomfortable? Why do you feel uncomfortable, sister? Wearing the cab. What is it? There's not much you can say to it. So, assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam, when a son and with no brothers, what? When a son and with no brothers has a wife who live with his parents. Oh, so a son is living with his wife at his parents' house. Is it necessary to make the room soundproof? Can it not be soundproof? Allahu Ta'ala. Some of the ulama have said that the sounds of intimacy between husband and wife, it's not permissible for other people to hear it. I've seen this opinion from several scholars. Don't ask me who said it, but I've seen it. So if you follow that opinion, then it's probably best to find a way, like maybe when people aren't at home except you and your wife, or arrange to have time when the husband and wife will be alone. or just facilitate it. Say, hey, you know what? Here's some money, mom, dad. There's a halal Thai restaurant around the corner. Why don't you go get something to eat and send them outside so you can have some time with your people? But yeah. Oh, yeah, front. Yeah, you know what? I haven't. Let me see the settings because see back here. I don't know if you can see it. I've got it set. Uh, I've got it set to the top. And you can do all around, like here, so like this, then it's like full 360. But I had it set to the top because my mic stand was like this. And so that's why I'm speaking into the top because I have the setting set to the top. But yes, I can actually change it. Pink. And I can talk like this now. Yeah. Good reminder. I don't have to stand here like this. Sit here like this. Shukran for the reminder. Yeah. May Allah bless you also, Akhi Kareem. Barakallah feet. You've been a long time supporter and whatnot of the channel, bro. Jazakallah khair, man. High IQ, low neuroticism, low agreeableness, wisdom, and religion will make a great leader. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. There isn't much submissive women, Western women. Looking at Indonesian women, what's your thoughts, bro? I'd stack up on 4. I'd do it. My experience has been very good. I've spoken to a few more Indonesian women, trying to grab another one on a team. I'd stack up full deck, straight up, bro. I'd full deck Indonesians, all day. They're, but I don't mean to be rude, but it's hard to find the cute ones. I'm just gonna say it. There's a lot of them, but the cute ones are far and far and in between. Alhamdulillah, I got me a good one, but that's another thing. So yeah, I say it all the time, bro. Go to combat sports. It will change you. People they underestimate how important it is as a man to go into combat sports. I'm telling you, go into combat sports, it will change you. I'm not joking. Stick with it. Those days you don't want to go, those days when you're terrified to go, even I had them. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't have them. Sometimes I was like, man, there's that freaking animal in there, and I gotta fight him today. Especially boxing. When I first started boxing, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in there anyway. The hammer becomes the nail. And the nail one day, and you get smashed together in a big pile of metal, and guess what happens? Then you become the hammer. So just stick to it, man. I'm telling you that. I like Daniel, but I did see some comments that he made in regards to Salafis and whatnot. I found that very unfortunate. I talked to him on Telegram. And I have no problem. Him seeing what I'm saying right now. I mean, we're men. We could talk to one another. As men. But I didn't like some of his comments that I saw recently in regards to Salafis. I found that very inappropriate and unfortunate. So yeah, it is what it is, man. So yeah. Nice. 1 hour, 12 minutes, and nobody's complaining about connection. So I'm quite happy. Hopefully next week I'll have my desk set up in my office. My office is fire. I can't wait to get the video out to you guys with all that stuff about my new place and whatnot. In the office upstairs. That office is fire. I know I said that, but I got. I ain't gonna lie. I got whatchamacallit. I got a 70-inch smart TV that I don't watch TV, but I got a 70-inch smart TV for YouTube and whatnot, because I do watch YouTube. I watch hunting videos, and I watch drone videos and whatnot. And I got high definition 70-inch TV, 70 inches, man. Mashallah. I don't even know. So I want to, do the videos and install all that and setting up the office and how it's going to look, inshallah. So I'll take you guys on that trip with me. What Islamic speakers do you recommend speaking to? I mean, I listen to the Salafi standards, I listen to Sheikh Rabi, I listen to Sheikh Ubaid al-Jabri, I listen to Western speakers, Abu Khadija, Abu Hakim, Hassan al-Somali, Abu Yad, Ajmad Rafiq. I listen to all my brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other ones too. I listen to, a lot of my brothers out here, but mostly Salafi speakers. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like them. Okay, that's your business, But for me, I don't listen to all those, those social media speakers, the knitting guys and Muhammad Hijab. I don't listen to those guys, intentionally. So that's what I recommend speaking to. I mean, listening to. That's what I listen to. How important is it to be empathetic as a man? That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer to. Here's the thing. Sorry, this is a question. Let me bring it up. Every time I've been empathetic, not every time, but I'd say 90% of the time I've been empathetic as a man, especially to other men. But even with women, it's blown up in my face. It's never gone well. And so now I'm starting to think empathy has its place. Okay, so I do have an answer. It's good to be empathetic with your tribe. If you have a tribe and you have a community of people who you trust and are loyal, you're loyal to them, they're loyal to you, be empathetic until the cows come home. Until the person proves that he's not loyal and he's not trustworthy. Then you remove him from your tribe or you move to a tribe yourself that is trustworthy and loyal. But with the general people, I'm not really sure that it has any value. Because here's the thing, when you start being empathetic to people in general, they take your kindness as weakness. The vast majority of the time, when you are empathetic, it's a type of kindness, right? And people in the 21st century, they misinterpret kindness as weakness. And then what happens? Then you have to flip it on them. And then all of a sudden you're a bad guy because before you were the doormat. And when you're no longer the doormat, you become the bad guy. And it's impossible for you not to become the bad guy because you were the good guy. And so when you're not a good guy anymore, well, now you're a jerk. Oh, you can't get what something that you wanted, so now you're a jerk, right? Oh, that's why you're acting like that. No, you're the jerk, but you've left me no other option but then to be this guy that I am now towards you. So empathy has its place. And I don't think it's for the general people. I think it's for your tribe. Now, amongst Muslims, as an ummah, we're supposed to have this, but we even see this lacking amongst the ummah. We see this empathy lacking as an ummah. How many times have we seen hadith about covering the sins of your brother? And what's the first thing they do when they see some sin from a brother or sister? Bang, all over the internet. It's a command in the sunnah to cover the sins of your brothers and sisters. There's a hadith that says that the honor of a Muslim is inviolable. It's untouchable. Do not touch the honor of a Muslim. What are the Muslims doing? So there's not even empathy amongst us as an ummah. So how important is empathy as a man? Not very important unless you're dealing with people who are in your tribe. This comes back to one of my sayings: build your tribe. And we can have it sounds crazy, right? Muslims building tribes within the ummah. It's a crazy thing, right? But it's unfortunate that we're at this point, until the ummah comes back to some sort of homeostasis and some sort of like settling point based upon the book and the sunnah, to where they actually start treating Muslims like Muslims and treating Muslims with empathy amongst one another. We're in a situation where we have to build that ummah on a micro level until the macro level catches up. And if enough Muslims do it on a micro level, it becomes the macro. Do you see? So what am I saying there? If there's tribes and tribes and tribes of Muslims and they're unifying and uniting based upon being Muslims and based upon Islam and treating each other with the equity and the honor and the dignity that Islam commands, and our tribes are building like this, well, then what's to prevent two tribes that are doing the same thing from uniting? Nothing, because your principles are the same, which are Islam. But right now we've got an entire ummah just doing kind of what they want to do. So the more of these individual tribes, people think, Abuamerican, you're talking about division. You're talking about splitting the ummah. No. I'm talking about uniting it. But right now we need to pick out the diamonds in the rough. We've got a bunch of coal and we got diamonds out there. So you need to find the diamonds, gather them together, and then bring those together. And the coal, they need to, get it together, put themselves under pressure, become diamonds, and go catch fire, burn for all we care. I don't know if that made sense. Why did I choose Salafi? I don't know if I chose Salafi. I think Salafi chose me. Because of the truth, man. How can we say that, following Islam according to the understanding of the Salaf, aka Salafi, is not correct? when the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, was asked about who is the Taifatin Mansur, he said, Ana alayhim, I'm trying to remember in Arabic. Those who are upon what I am upon, ma'ana alayhi yom wa ashabihi. Those who are upon what we're upon today, and my Sahaba. So paraphrasing, I forgot the Arabic, guys. Yes, forgive me. And basically, those who are upon what I am upon today, and those who follow my Salaf, my companions. So what am I? I'm Salafi. I follow Islam according to the understanding of who? The Salaf. And who understood Islam better than the Salaf? Who the books of Hadith and the Quran was all transmitted. And when you look at the chains of narrators, who's always in it? The Salaf. Nobody understood Islam better than them because they took it directly from the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when you take from them, you're taking from the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, right? Because he corrected their beliefs. He taught them their beliefs, And so we have our beliefs handed down through us, through the asnid, from the isnad, from the Sahaba. Yeah, he married his boss. These people, man. These people. What examples would you give on some things a man would compromise for his wife without compromising his? I don't know. It's an active thing I've never thought about before, to be honest. Look, these are individual choices that a man makes in his house. My thing is this, and I've talked about this in a video. Are you compromising as a man, or are you capitulating? You have to identify the two. A compromise is where you meet someone in the middle. Everyone comes out of the deal happy. So if you make a compromise with your wife, you meet her 50%, fine. She's meeting you halfway on something. That's a compromise. But most of the time, men are capitulating. And capitulating is what? It's giving up, it's surrendering. So she demands something, then he says, "Oh, okay, honey. Yeah, I compromised with my wife." No, you didn't compromise. You gave up. You capitulated. You surrendered, So make sure that what you're doing, if you're going to compromise, that it is a compromise and it's not a capitulation. That's all I can say on that. If you want to make a compromise, make a compromise. It's your business. I don't get into people's marriages that works. If your marriage works, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. But know the reality also. If she's got your masculinity in a bag, in her handbag, then us, man, just you're gonna have to own that. Don't come around talking about it's a compromise when you just giving up. You know what I mean? A compromise means she has to give something up also. And most of the time, these women ain't giving nothing up. Dudes are just, "Oh yeah, I compromise." You're the clown. You're a clown. So, yeah. It is a fact. There's a lot of misguided speakers out there, especially in 2021. If a girl says she doesn't wear a niqab because she's of the opinion that it's not obligatory, is that a red flag? She wears hijab. Ask her. Who says it's not obligatory? Just say, what are you basing this idea on? And she just says the scholars. Okay, which ones? Grill her on it. Don't give these women just a pass on just saying whatever they want to say. I don't know why guys do this. You grill them. Okay, yeah, you don't think it's obligatory. Yeah, there's different opinion. Who's different opinion? Difference of opinion between who? Abuamerican can tell you there's a minority opinion that it's not obligatory. You know who that is? Sheikh Al-Albani. Sheikh Al-Albani was one of the only ulama who held that it was not an obligation. He held that it was better. It was mustahab for her to wear it, but he didn't hold it was obligatory. It's okay. How many women know this? Do you know this? Who says it's not obligatory? When the vast majority of the scholars hold that it is. Ask her, grill her. Okay, yeah, not obligatory. Whoa. Based upon who? Based upon what sword? Because the vast majority of ulama hold that it's obligatory. So who says it doesn't? And if she can name it, she say, "Yeah, well, Sheikh Al-Albani says this because of this, because of that, because of this." Let's let her go. She's following. She's following ilm. She's following a position based upon knowledge. If she just says, "Oh, well, the scholars." Well, what scholars? You're saying there's a difference between scholars. Who are the scholars? Who has a different opinion on this topic? Then she's just following something she heard from someone who probably heard something from someone who heard something from someone who heard something from someone else, and nobody knows anything. They're all just repeating some generalized statement that means absolutely nothing. Hey, you know what? You could really do this all day. You could do this all day. You could do this on almost any topic. Did you know? This is true. This is true. There is a major scholar of the past, famous scholar of the past, who held that anal is permissible. Did you know that? So now are we going to start saying there's a difference of opinion on anal? We really going to go there? Because we can. You would be shocked at who this is. He says, "Yeah, that's okay." He was wrong, obviously. But now we can say there's a difference of opinion between the scholars of whether or not it's permissible. What? Okay, so now I can name the scholar. Just because you can name the scholar doesn't make it valid either. Because I can name the scholar. I'm not going to do it. But come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these people get away with just saying whatever that comes out of their head or whatever their mouth. You can difference of opinion anything. Yeah, well, there's 5 salahs. There's difference of opinion. You can use that in any context, and the way that sisters use this type of stuff is in the same context of saying there's a difference of opinion on the 5 salahs a day. You don't know. You're just saying it, and you have no idea if it's true or not. Obviously, there's no difference of opinion on the 5 salahs. I'm just saying it's literally, they might as well be saying that because it's based upon the same level of knowledge. It's convenient to say it for themselves, and so they say it. Don't let them get away with it. Grill them on it. Don't let them get away with just saying whatever they want. Who says you gotta give it a pass? Grill them. Grill them. Get in. Don't get in their face, but get in their face. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Don't be like that. But get in their face, like, "Yo, all right, break it down to me. There's a difference opinion. Whose opinion? We got multiple scholars. Sheikh Al-Albani, Sheikh Al-Albani, Sheikh Al-Amin, Sheikh Bin Baz. Who? Sheikh Rabi. Who? Sheikh Ubaid. Sheikh this one. Sheikh that one. Who? Tell me who's a different opinion. Whose opinion? Well, it's just a scholar. Yeah, what scholar? No, 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 no. I want details. You gotta help me out. I don't understand. Act ignorant. I don't understand. Help me understand. Who? I want to look it up. How do you balance being traditionally chivalrous after being married, but not going? I don't know this whole thing with you know what? I've never been with a woman who is absolutely in love with this whole chivalry stuff. I really haven't. And I'm happily married right now to 2 women. I don't do any of that goofy. I don't open doors. I don't bring flowers and chocolate. I actually brought chocolate today, but it was just an accident. It was given to me, so I gave it to them. But I'm just saying, I won't go out and do all this extra stuff. Not for any of them. You know what we are? We're happily married. You know why? Because there's absolutely no pedestal. I don't do any of that stuff. Most women who like you don't. Here's the thing. Remember this saying. When a woman likes you, she does stuff for you. When a woman doesn't like you, you have to do stuff for her. Let me repeat this, and I will go to my grave on this one. Wallahi, I believe this. I believe this, and I have seen it multiple times, not just in my own life, to know it's true. If a woman likes you, if she loves you, she will do things for you. If she doesn't like you, you have to do stuff for her. Why do you think my wife ties my shoes? Well, my wives tie my shoes. You know why? Because they like me. They want to do stuff for me that makes me happy because they like me. I don't have to do a whole bunch of goofy stuff, tie her shoes and this, that, the other, whatever else. Women want to perform and be submissive to men they like. She should be chivalrous to you. When she likes you, she comes at you with all that energy, that service energy, that hitma energy. She comes to you with that. It's not the other way around. Yeah, they like it when you do stuff here and there, but what do most guys do? They overdo it. They overboard it. Why? Because the model of romance and love and the model that men have of how a relationship's supposed to be comes from what? It comes from women. It's not correct. We're not women, we're men. So stop trying to love women the way that women love men. It's unattractive. And that's why women don't like those dudes and they put them in the friend zone when they start acting like that, because you're acting like a woman. That's why you're a friend, because you act like a woman, and she's not gay. She's a heterosexual female. So when you start acting like a woman, doing women stuff, she treats you like a woman, which is like a friend. Does she want to screw her friends? No. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, we don't compromise. We absolutely don't. Hey, you are. It is. It really yeah. I mean, I want to just connect with everybody again, get back online. I'm gonna be back regular, inshallah. I gotta figure out my work stuff here after I get offline. But yeah, I just wanted to get back on and like, hook up and connect with everybody again. I've been busy, I haven't been making videos, whatever else. So I was like, I knew I was gonna make like a longer video, just give people time to get on, ask some questions, just hook back up with people and whatnot, see what's going on out there in the world with you brothers, inshallah. So yeah. Barakallahu fikum, guys. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. I gotta get back to work. I never thought I'd be one of those guys that be working at home, but here I am, one of those guys working at home. MashaAllah. So I don't know when I'll be live again. Let me think. I'll try and shoot for Sunday. I'll try. I was supposed to do a live with some brothers who started a cryptocurrency, but because of connections and all this type of stuff, it didn't work out. So it is what it is. I will get that on though. I'm gonna write those brothers and tell them, hey, my internet's back up. It's working well. I feel comfortable hosting somebody, and without dropping out of conversation. Hopefully, my office will be set up by then. And bang, we're gonna get you brothers. On this crypto game, the halal one. This was made by Muslims for Muslims. So yeah, before we go out, bros, jazakallah khair for tuning in. Barakallahu feek for everybody. Sticking through all this with the Abuamerican. Y'all my clan. Y'all my online clan. So may Allah bless you brothers too. MashaAllah, barakallahu feek. And we will see you brothers on the next live. Don't forget, cowife.com goes live this month, inshallah. So if you want that 30% discount for life, got to sign up ASAP, because once it goes live, we're not giving out them 30% anymore. All right, jazakallah khair, brothers. Inshallah, we see you soon. And Aina, barakallahu feek for tuning in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi. That was a weird ending.